just had to wake up. Hey, I'm all right. Yes. Hey, Shalom, Aki. We're gonna get started here shortly. We're just taking this feed, make sure it sounds good. Let me see. See it. All right, Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Uh, I didn't put a thing. It's me, the brother Wargo with Gadar. I didn't put on a thing, but first off, I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honors, and glories to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hakadah. Want to give them my honesty, the apostles and the elders, great meals, so alongside us. This 100% truth according to the spirits of be Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that their portion of word and truth and sincerity to the four quarters of earth sincerity. So obviously, Shalom, man. This is Brother Morgan alongside me with the brother Gadar. And on the other hand, we got the brother Assad, man. And we coming at you once again to the Prime Spirit Yahweh Shai on a Sunday to bring this edification. And we want to go into through the spirit, man, that the problem is the devil. And we ain't talking about the spiritual demon. No, we talking about the physical counterpart. The devil means deceiver, anyways. You know, devil means deceiver. And who's the one, who's set up to be the deceiver in the earth right now? Is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And he's the problem. Because Esau likes to run away from him being a problem. He always likes to put it on Jake. He likes to say everybody else the problem except for him. No, you the problem because the earth is given into your hands right now. You have jurisdiction over the earth right now. So by you having jurisdiction over the earth, you are the problem. You're the one that's causing all this hell to happen upon this earth, man. So before we get straight into it, you don't want to get. Let's get the Cyrac. Yeah, let's get the Cyrac 10. Baba Shah. Well, I'm gonna present it actually. Let me see. Cyrac 10. Let me see if it's separate. All right. Is this GNT? It is. We can read in GNT on heart. So this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise ruler will educate his people and his government will be orderly. You know, so it says off the rip, it says a wise ruler will educate his people and his government will be orderly, be in order. But the scriptures liken the system unto a beast system. Why do they call it a beast system? Because it's a lawless system. There's no order that's being pushed forth through this earth. There's nothing but chaos. There's no order. Do as I will. That's not order. You can do it or fucking do. That's not order, man. Don't get it twisted. Esau do have certain, rules and regulations here, but at the end all be all, is no order being pushed forth, especially according to the scriptures. Because Esau is likened to being Satan. You know, Satan means to be adverse because he's coming in that spirit of that spiritual demon Satan, being adverse towards who? The Lord. So he's against the way of the Lord, the upright way. He goes the complete opposite direction. And with him doing that, that's causing all this havoc and chaos, death to come on this earth. You know, because of these things, the Lord, He's going to bring judgments on His earth, man. And we're going to get into that. Keep going. Verse 2. Verse 2, it says, all the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler. You see? I'm read that again. It says, all the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler. So depending on how the ruler is operating, that's how the citizen's going to be. Because even when you go into the term government, it means to control the mind. So whoever has control over the government, you're controlling the minds of the people. And with that being said, Esau, you are put in the position to be able to control the minds of the people. The Lord put you in that position. It speaks about that in Daniel. How the Lord set up the basis of man. Well, he set the basis of men over it. Slakia. Who the basis of man? That's Esau, even a so-called white man. So you are put in a position to what? Govern the mind of the people. So how the people operate, they operate how you operate. That's what we say all the time. Like Esau like to be like, oh, look at Jake. Well, guess what? You created the nigga, man. It takes a nigga to know a nigga. You see? Esau the original nigga, you know? Like it said in verse 2, all the officials and all the citizens will be like the ruler. You see? So Esau likes to put it off on is this, is that? Well, guess what? The scriptures identify the problem in the earth will be the one who will be ruling in the earth. That's going to be the problem. And we know that it'll be a ruler set up known as Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, according to prophecy, they will be set up to what? To be a demon in earth, man. You know, it speaks about that Jeremiah 51, going to how Babylon's a golden cup in the Lord's hand and have made all the nations drunken, and they are mad. Why are they mad? Because of the results, the fruits of this rulership. You know, keep going unless y'all had anything.
I got
Keep
some real quick.
going. You got it.
Yeah, I want
I'll
to get
pull it
that
up.
word government. Like it says right
Uh,
here in etymology, it says about 1380, borrowed from Old French government. It says now directly from the Latin. It says to steer, direct, or rule. So ultimately, in this, it's like govern, and then the mint is the mind. So steering your mind, right? And that's what you
yep.
see Esau doing. He's steering the mind of people to go left, to go the wrong direction, right? And henceforth, why I want to get this quick precept what I have for you. This is the book of
You got it.
Proverbs 29 in verse
I got that.
16.
That's funny. I got that. I got that.
Oh yeah, Proverbs 29.
It's
You
like
want
I
you
didn't want to say it. I didn't want to cut you off. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share the time. You got it out.
God. Yep, this Proverbs 29, and I'm gonna get verse 16. And when you go down to it, let me see here. All right, it's Proverbs 29 and 16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. So when you see Esau, Edom, and rulership, what's going to be forwarded and pushed out? Wickedness. That's why Babylon the Great is known as the mother of harlots and abominations on the earth. The birth of all these spiritual fornication. And it says abominations, detestable things, like two of the same GENDERs being with each other. You know, going all completely diverting against what the Lord has set up to be righteous, the law, statutes, and commandments.
Oh, beautifully said. I'm gonna jump with the verse 2 in the same chapter. It's Proverbs 29. In verse 2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." And like he was reading in that verse 16, we could go back to it. It says, "When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases." So is transgression increase, which what is a transgression? Well, transgression is sin. You know what I'm saying? Which is being disobedient to the Lord. What's the result of that? The wages of sin is death. So, in a nutshell, when the wicked are multiplied, which we looking at the wicked being in the position to be multiplied because they're in the power seat, what happens with that? What comes from that? Death in the earth. A lot of death. That's what comes from it. That what comes from the wicked being in the top seat. That what comes from putting the wicked in the ruler's seat. Putting a baby in a ruler's seat, pretty much. Because that's how Esau's operating his queen. He's operating it like a baby, you see, with no knowledge. Now I'm not gonna do what the Lord said. I'm gonna do it my way better. And here it is, the master of the universe is in his name, the master of the universe. He created everything. And when you read it, he said it was good. Was nothing wrong with it. It was good. But here Esau comes, the mad scientist. He gets in the power. So he's like, nah, this how you supposed to do it. Two of the same things supposed to be together. A lion can mess with a tiger. Shit, you can mess with an animal if you want. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just like Sodom. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, when you go into that word Sodom, it means to be burning. So Esau allows you to fulfill that burning sensation of your flesh, which what did the Lord say comes out of the flesh? Nothing but wickedness, pretty much. So those things that come out of his flesh, Esau allows you to what? Fulfill that wickedness in that flesh. That's what he does in his rulership. And the Lord's not with that shit. Because if he was, he allowed Esau to rule forever. But he's not with it. That's why I
Baba,
described Esau as being Satan, adverse towards him. You got some?
I was gonna say, Baba Kashaf, you can go like a chapter before and put it in NLT. I can read
Nah.
from the screen verse 2, and you can break it down. And then I'm reading it right
Uh,
here. Get it in NLT.
is it NLT?
Let me see. You gotta
Let me
click. You gotta
see.
click. You gotta click that arrow. You gotta click the arrow
Oh
to the
yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jake,
There we
little
go.
rough. Ain't did
I
it.
got you, bro. This is Proverbs 28 and 2 NLT. You can break it down. It says, when there is moral rot within a nation, its government topples easily. But wise and knowledgeable leaders bring stability.
See, when there's moral rot in the nation, I want to get that word moral.
What's in
Right?
the
Let's
LT, so it
see.
ain't gonna have it. It ain't gonna have it that.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna have it. I was thinking about it, I said they're not gonna have it. They're
We
not gonna
get you
have
get
it.
the actual definition though, like actual on Google.
Yeah, let's get that. Moral. So I'm already in the etymology, but I'm put right here. Let's look at that word moral, right? Because it says when it's moral rot. So I'm gonna share this screen. So this is that word moral, right? It says it's an adjective. It said associated mid 14th century, associated with or characterized by right behavior. You see, so in other words, being righteous. You see, that what it means to have morals. You know, is in a sense being righteous because it said it's characterized by right behavior, righteousness, pretty much. Also associated with or concerning conduct or moral principles, good or bad. You know, keep going. Let me see if there's some more meat in here. Whatever, that was pretty much it. Let me see. It says we go down here. It says from down here. It says late 14th century as it pertaining to the rules of right conduct. Mm. And what does it say? Opposed to non-moral, abmoral, and morally good. Right. So, in the end of the day, moral right is what? No righteousness. You see, that's what it's saying right there. So when we go back to this Proverbs 28 and 2 and the end of 20, it says, when there is moral rot, no righteousness within a nation. So when there's no righteousness within a nation, and we looking at one right now, Esau Edom, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He is the border of wickedness, you know. You see, when there's moral rot within a nation, righteousness, no righteousness in the nation, a government topples easily. You see? And you know it's funny because this happened to Israel. When we had moral right, we got toppled. The Lord took us out. He took us out of the power seat. And it's going to be the same reason for you damn heathens, especially you, Esau, with your how you conducting, controlling the earth, governing the earth right now. That's going to result in your government being easily removed. You see, it ain't going to have a long rulership. The Lord ain't going to give no wicked queendom an everlasting rulership. He never did. That's why you read, which we could pull it right here. That's not gonna see. Let me see. And if y'all got anything, you know, I can bring it. But I'm gonna pull this real quick. This is Job 20 and 4. I'm gonna start at 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth. So this is not a new concept. Like it says in Malachi, I'm the Lord, I change not. So this is not a new concept, right? That Job was gonna say. That the triumphing goes into meaning succeeding or successing, you know, being successful. So the triumphing of the wicked, we know what wicked is, Esau Edom, so-called white man, Malachi 1. The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So when we're reading in that Proverbs 28, what did it say? With more rot in a nation, the government topples easily. You see, so the Lord's not going to allow no government or system be established on earth for an eternal, for a long period of time if it's not conducting itself with the morals pertaining to the scriptures. But we know that Esau is not going to be the one to do that. You see, Esau, he's not going to be the one the Lord's going to set up to do that, man. You know, that's not going to be. It tells you about that in Psalm. I think it's like Psalm what is it, Psalm 50? I think Psalm 50 goes into that. Who he to declare my statutes and my judgments. See, so this man that's in rulership, he's a problem. And that's why he got to be taken out of the way. He's the root of the problem. You know, we got all these things going on in the earth. You see, all these you got, you know, man over woman over man, you know, your woman over you, especially the Israelites, even for the heathens, man. The heathen women are acting a fool. But it's all due to the fact of this individual being in rulership. And that's why we look forward to the kingdom to come, because the kingdom to come is going to fix everything. You see? So I'm gonna pull this real quick unless y'all have something. Y'all have anything? Okay. Is this side even still here? Okay, yes.
Kanye,
I
I'm
know.
still there.
No, it's like I had to see. So this is first Maccabees GNT. We can leave it. It's gonna say the same thing. It's first Maccabees chapter 1. And the point is, it's like, let me see. It's really around here, right here. First Maccabees 1. This is in the GMT, by the way. First Maccabees 1, verse 5. It says, when Alexander had been emperor for 12 years, and Alexander, if you don't know who he is, Alexander is an Edomite. He's descendant of Esau. He's an Edomite, you see. So it says, when Alexander had been emperor for 12 years, he fell ill and realized that he was about to die. He called together his generals, noblemen who had been brought up with him since his early childhood, and divided his empire. Salak. He divided his empire, giving a part to each of them. Going to his four generals, right? So, but what happened when he did this, right? After his death, the generals took control, and each had himself crowned of his own territory. The descendants of these kings ruled for many generations and brought great deal of misery misery on the world. And when you read it in the KJV, it says evils upon the earth. Why is that? Because of how they was ruling. You see, they was ruling in wickedness, so therefore what? The Lord was smiting the earth with plagues. He was sending them plagues, man. Because of what? The one that was in the rulership in the power seat, how was he conducting that queendom? Like we just read in Job 20, the triumph of the wicked is short. This ain't new. The Lord's always did this. Anytime a queendom was ruling and it was going off, even Israel. We was ruling a king in the time of King David, King Solomon, we was doing good, but eventually at the end of King Solomon's reign, what happened? King Solomon went off. And we paid for it. The Lord judged our ass, split the kingdom. And then you had northern and southern kingdom. And then we just went down from there. That's gonna be the same thing dealing with Esau's rulership, man. And that also shows you too how the one that's in the power seat, he's the one that's the one that the people are gonna act like pursuing that Sirach 10. How it says as his officers, is the king. How the king is so his officers, Salaki. You see? So I want to go back to Sirach 10 because I didn't really finish that, what I want to get to. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Back in Sirach chapter 10, we're going to read verse 3 again. It says, an uneducated king, so like your verse, what was it, verse 2? And 3. Come on, I'm going to read 2 again. Sirach 10 and 2, it says, all the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler. Shows you the importance of the ruler, the importance of the ruler. And it also shows you that the root of the problem will be the ruler. Because how the ruler is, that's how the people going to be. You see? It says, an uneducated king will ruin his people, but a government will grow strong if his rulers are wise. And we just read that in Proverbs 29. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Why? Because the people are going to be just like their ruler. And guess what? When the righteous are in authority, they're not going to have moral rot. So the government is not going to topple easily. There's not going to be a plague sent upon this place. Well, upon that kingdom. Why? Because the Lord delighting in that kingdom, man. He's delighting in it. Why? Because it's pushing forth his law and statute commandments, which we know that's going to be the kingdom of Israel. The kingdom of Yahushua. Why do you think it mentions Yahushua rulership? And every time it mentions Yahushua rulership that he's going to establish, it mentions it being everlasting and eternal rulership. Why is it going to be an eternal rulership? Because we're going to have that second covenant going to be fulfilled. We're going to have new bodies. The law and statute commandments going to be on our inward parts, and that's going to allow us to rule for eternity because we'll never go off. We'll never transgress. Because transgression brings forth the death in the earth, brings forth the Lord plagues, smiting people. That's how they got taken out in the flood, you see? As a matter of fact, let me pull that real quick. Let me pull this real quick. Sirach 40. Still right here. Let's see. I'll scroll down. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I think I want to start up a little. I think I want to start at like what? And 9. I really started 8. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and it's sevenfold more upon sinners. You see, so we're going to go into those things. And it says, such things happen unto all flesh. Why? Because all has come short and sin to the Lord. You see, and then that we all in this flesh. So that these you could get the Lord to judge you because you go off. You know, the Lord will be part of the elect. The elect will have that covering, but in the kingdom, we're gonna be in a different type of flesh that ain't gonna go off. So it won't apply to us in that time period. But right now it applies, and it even applies to Esau. But keep going. It says death and bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, discourage, and these are the Lord giving examples of forms of His wrath. You see, His wrath. And he says, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. You see? So the Lord sent the flood. Why? Because of the wickedness that was going on there. Same thing with Esau's rulership and any rulership. You see, any rulership that's operating in wickedness, the Lord gonna send death. He gonna send bloodshed. He gonna send strife. He gonna send a sword. Why? Because they're not keeping the law. You see, in the kingdom of the Israelites, the law gonna be the standpoint. We're gonna go, like I said, the law should go forth out of Zion. You see, that's gonna be the standpoint. That's gonna be the moral degree, the law. But if the kingdom's not operating in that, what's gonna be the result of that? Death. Who's gonna be bringing the death? Yeah, how about Shah? It tells you about that in Sirach 19:19. You know, this is the doctrine of life. You see. So what did I wanted to get Malachi? I want to get Malachi. Before we go back to what is it called? Before we go back to the Sirach. Let's get Malachi. All right. Hopefully it pops up. See, because it's going into Esau. Okay, there we go. This is Malachi 1 and 4. I want to pull this real quick, you know. And but actually, before I pull this, let me get this Proverbs right quick.
What start you in? You in 10?
Yeah, I'm in Sirach 10. Yeah, I want to get this real quick first. First, let me get this. Right, this is Proverbs 16 and 4. It says, the Lord Yahweh have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And the reason I wanted to pull this because we go into how Esau, he's the problem. He's the root of the problem. But guess what? The Lord created him to be the root of the problem. He fashioned him to be the root of the problem. What? So he could ultimately exalt his name. Because Esau being the root of the problem, being this big bad wolf in the earth, being this demon, causing all this havoc in the earth, the Lord's name going to be back exalted in the earth when he comes and finish, he comes and man, when you think about a doctor, which we're going to get to that, Sirach, when you think about a doctor, who gets out of glory when somebody goes in there and they have elements, they have something going on with their body, and a doctor, does their procedures, and eventually they get healed. Who gets all the glory? The doctor. Thank you, doctor, or whatever. Thank you for Now we know these doctors nowadays are false physicians, but an actual herbalist, somebody Thank you. For example, when you think about people like Dr. Sebi, when people would do, bro, I was in Dr. Sebi book, bro, he cured me from this. Dr. Sebi get the glory, and he dead, but he get the glory. That's gonna be the same thing when Yahweh shall return, and he takes the devil out of rulership. That's gonna be the names of the Lord being back exalted in the earth. Because it's going to get the glory. Like, oh, hey, because even the nation's going to understand. The nation's going to understand when they start to be in the rulership of Israelites more. They're going to understand, like, damn, bro, we needed them to be set up. Roman goes into that. But I want to put this. I want to get this Malachi. Then we're gonna get the Sirach, which I had some. So this is Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they should build, which that's what they did. They returned, rebuilt. Rome got taken down. They got back in there, and now we at where we at today. So they returned and rebuilt it by the will of the Lord. But I would throw down. Right? It says they shall build, but I would throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, the territory of wickedness. This nation is the territory of wickedness. So where they set their feet, it's gonna be number of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. The Lord got righteous anger forever. So as long as this nigga is in the position of rulership, it's gonna be hell on earth. Because the Lord gonna be bringing that hell on them, man. He's gonna be bringing those judgments because the Lord has indignation, which is righteous anger against this individual. You see, Esau the problem. We got to get that nigga out of the way. Which ultimately we know that it's not gonna be by our will. but it's gonna be by the will of Yahweh Shah sending his son Yahweh Shah to get him out the way. You know, that's Second Ezra 4 goes into that. How that which is good cannot be sown into that which is evil be unsown or uprooted. You know, uprooted. How it's gonna be uprooted by Yahweh Shah? He's gonna come and fix the problem. You see, because the problem is Esau. It's not your baby mama. It's not these niggas. It's Esau. Now don't get it twisted. We get mad at you probably get mad at your baby mama. She doing you wrong. The Lord gonna get her ass for that shit. You know these women they gonna get a woman for the wicked shit they doing. These niggas. But ultimately the Lord said he gonna attack the root. You could cut down a tree, but if you don't uproot them roots out the ground, the tree just gonna grow back. You got to take the roots out. And who's the roots of this problem? Esau Edom. You see? So get back in that Sirach 2, unless y'all have some. Y'all got some? All right.
I got one real quick.
Jump. You said what? You got a point?
I got a quick one. This
Let me. Why you sound so low? Like you got it.
Revelation chapter 6 and 4.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yep. This is the book of Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4, and it says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat therein to take peace from the earth." And this is John the Revelator's vision he was seeing. Like John the Revelator was getting revealed an end time prophecy, a dream of Yahweh Shai returning, and also that last ruler, and then how the state of the earth would be in. And then it said a red horse because Esau Edom is known as being red. And horse goes into like power. So like you have horsepower for a car. Well, Esau's power, he's that red man ruling, right? And it says shall take peace from the earth. And then what creates peace? When everything is in order. When everything is fair and everything is just, then that's what will make peace. That's why Yahweh Shai is going to be the lawgiver and the peacemaker. Right? You continue on, it says, "And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." Because when you go into Genesis, the 27th chapter, Esau Edom was blessed with the sword. So I mean, a sword is an instrument to destroy. So he's been blessed with the weaponry. When you look into his past rulerships, he always had a great military. The Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, and now in the survived remaining empire, they have all these missiles. They the ones who sparked the atomic bomb, right? They got the nuclear missiles. So that's how Esau Edom was able to subdue and subject everybody by way of what? His military might. You see? But ultimately, that's going to be his downfall, because these other nations have been given those missiles, and according to the end time prophecies, they're all going to shoot missiles at the head of this beast, which is Babylon the Great. You see? So that's that. So ultimately, the reason why I want to bring it out, because it says, "Shall take peace from the earth." Because what is he doing? He's destroying and killing everybody.
I wanted to go into that word peace, and I just seen something kind of heavy. But I'm gonna get the word first. This is a Strong's G of 1515. Irene. I hope I'm saying it right. Irene. And it says, right, a state of national tranquility. I forgot exactly what that word tranquility mean. Let me look that up right quick. I'm sure. I don't remember exactly what it means. So I'm gonna look that up before we continue with the definition.
And I see another one too. It says, check this out, the Messiah's peace. It says the way that leads to peace, salvation. So who's the peacemaker? That's Yahweh Shai. You speak about that government that Yahweh Shai is gonna come with. You see that the Yahweh Shai is gonna come and establish righteousness on the earth, man. He's gonna be that king of righteousness. You see, because he's gonna push forward the law, statutes, and commandments. And he's gonna judge the world according to that. Except for the elect, everybody else is gonna get judged according to the law, because they didn't repent until Yahweh Shai and believe on his sacrifice, his blood.
Fine. Okay, I got that word tranquility, but I just said is went to the root word of tranquility, which is tranquil, which means pretty much a state with no disturbance. So order. That's what it means. So a state of national order, tranquility. That's what it means, pretty much. That what peace is. That's the peace he took from earth. The order that's going forth from the earth. You know, he's not pushing forth order in the earth. I mean, he goes. Let me go into the Freemasons. What's they slogan? Order ad chaos. Order out of chaos. You see, they break chaos and they bring their so-called form of order, which is not really order. You see, and I wanted to get another point too, because I was looking in here. Right here, it says you go down. It says peace. Right here, it says peace with God. You see, so they put the earth in a state to where what is not having peace, is just at friction with the Lord now. Cause we just went into Sirach 10, what? The people, they just like the king. So the king put the whole earth in a situation where it's at friction with the Lord. Then we'll rephrase it, the inhabitants of the earth are at friction with the Lord right now due to the fact of the ruler. You see? Esau doing that. You know, that's why that nigga gotta get moved out the way, bro. He the fucking problem. You know? He the problem, you see? That was a beautiful precept, man. Let me go
Kind of let
back.
me add as well, bro. You read that Malachi. That's the reason why the Lord said what he said about Esau. Like he's gonna build up, I will throw it down. Because guess what he's
Yeah,
always done? We read the precept of Maccabees. What did he rule the earth in? Wickedness. The Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, they was doing the same thing, worshiping these idols.
they
You
never
see,
did right.
they besieged Jerusalem 70 AD. So these Edomites have always had that way of ruling, and that's why the Lord said they will rebuild and I will throw it down. Because
Yeah.
you can't govern the Lord's earth in any kind of way without the Lord having to intervene eventually. So that's what's getting ready to happen. We're about to see the Lord plague this modern Egypt, this modern place of bondage that both is the northern and southern kingdom are in right now.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull this. This is a prophecy, as it says, prophecy against Mount Seir, which that's where Esau dwelt, Mount Seir. You see. Now, Ezekiel 35. Let me see. I just started one. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Which that what the prophets are doing, man. Exposing the devil, prophesying against this devil. We're not in alliance with this devil, you see. And it says, and say unto us, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Right? So the Lord is going to do this to Esau. Now let's go down. Because when you get to verse 5, it's going to explain why he's going to do this to Esau. Right? Keep going. It says verse 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual mean never ending, so everlasting in a sense, hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. We just read about that in Revelation 6. Because even when you think about that too, you know, when you go into Revelation 6, he took the peace from the earth. Initially, who is the peace of the earth? The Israelites. Because initially, who's going to be the one to bring forth that tranquility and state for the earth? The Israelites. So he, in the form, he is twofold. In form, yeah, he don't push for law and order, but at the same time, he's taking away the ones that will be pushing for his law and order. He's taking them out. Now we know at the end of the day, the Lord preserved the elect, but that's what he's trying to do. Psalms 83. He's trying to take out the ones that's going to bring that tranquility, tranquil estate to the earth, you know, which is going to be headed by Yahweh Shai, you know, anyways. And we know he ain't going to be able to get Yahweh Shai, but he's trying to take out the people that the Lord's going to use to do it. You see? Keep going. And it says, it says, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time of their iniquity had an end. Exactly. Here it is. He's still jacking us up to this day. Like he said in Zechariah, I think it's Zechariah, Zephaniah, the Lord had you had help for the Lord displeased with you because you fought the affliction. The time our iniquity had an end, you still coming for us, man. You still at our necks. You see? And that's why the Lord gonna get your ass for how you treat the Lord's people, and even creation itself. You see, the Lord is not fond of you just driving His creation into the ground. That's literally what Esau's doing. That's why when you read Matthew 24, it says, He's shorting the days for the elect's sake. If He didn't shorten the days, no flesh would be saved. Loosely paraphrased, because with Esau in the driver's seat, he gonna crash the damn car. He gonna drive it into the ground, and the Lord is not with that. You know, the earth abideth forever. He not with you driving creation into the ground. You know, you going to a different planet and doing the same shit. Cause that's all that's gonna happen. You see, because you the root of the problem. It's not necessarily the people on earth. It's your ass. You the one that's calling the shots, but you want to point the finger at Jake and everybody else like, nah, look, see, he doing this, nigga. You calling the shots. You the worldwide nigga. You see? If y'all don't got anything, I'm gonna pull this real quick.
I got one after you.
You say you do?
Yeah, I got one. Well, I mean, you can get yours first.
Now you go ahead. You go ahead.
This y'all get it real quick. This Proverbs 17 and verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh Shah. So that's something detestable or disgusting. And as you see, Esau Edom doing. You know, if a man has a sense of really, I'm just gonna put it blatant, flat, honest. If a man believes in Yahweh Shah and is forwarding that vibration, then you'll be looked at as an enemy in this world or enemy in this society. And that comes in the format of the red pill. That comes in the format of these various they might be dudes that watch the Israelites and they kind of condemning certain particular things, trying to go out there and go to the what is the alphabet parades and shit like that and trying to condemn them and stuff. Well, all of that, guess what? If you do that, then Esau is gonna condemn you for it, because why? He's the wicked that the brother's going into. And that's something that the Lord hates. The Lord don't like that shit. So that's why he's gonna bring mass judgment to Esau Edom, because Esau Edom is gonna try and kill those that's actually trying to obey the Lord. It's gonna be insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And it's at a small scale right now. But that's something that the Lord hates. Because when you go into that word abomination, it speaks about that, something detestable. And what's happening? Esau is justifying wicked people. Those little hats being exalted here in this queendom.
There's nobody to say.
And they've done nothing but do evils. And then you see a lot of these celebrities. You got celebrities and these wicked ass women, these Israelites. They'll set up Israelites that's complete demons, and they just on the top. You know, they getting all types of benefits and all that stuff because they bent over and touched their toes and they did all the rituals and sacrifices to get on the top. And guess what? They're being justified, man. Meanwhile, they did all types of evils. They should be the one being condemned. You got it, bro.
Con, I got a precept for you. I got a precept for you. And I think chapter doesn't say you did the part for me. Yeah, I got a precept for you. Just laying back off the point because the Lord don't like that shit. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, you're right.
it's in that same chapter. Okay, let me pull this real quick first, and then we're gonna get that because it's pretty much saying the same thing. Where's that though? Isaiah 63.
It's like 15 and 16. Like the part you want, the part is a 15 and then it's a verse right after.
All right, let me see. Isaiah 63. Salakia, can bear with me. Oh, the screen's so bright, it's throwing me off. It's in here somewhere. I know it is. I'll be looking at it.
Into this one.
Because Isaiah 63 it says the same. It says the same thing. Okay, right here. Isaiah 63 and 5. It says, "And I looked, and there was none to help." It's talking about the elect. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury upheld me. And that's going into Yahushua. You see, because the Lord, because this priest was going to the fact that that not that like the priest pulled in that Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? Going to how he did justify the wicked, and he did what was the other part? It said he justified
It
the
said
wicked, and he
condemn
did.
the just.
Yeah, yeah, condemned the just. They both did abomination. Lord don't like that shit, and that's what happening. That's what's happening in earth. If you're a man of the Lord, you getting you treated as a scum. You see, you treated worse than a nigga. You see, so I'm gonna get this too because it says the same thing. It just goes more into it.
And you also deemed as enemy because you're not forwarding that image of the beast. Because the image of the beast is his system, his likeness is NWO. Anybody that speaks out against the NWO, then they're gonna be deemed as enemy. You speaking out against the little hats, you speaking out against the Fruit Loop community, you speaking out against this dystopian, wicked ass society he's trying to set up, then you're gonna be deemed as enemy. He's gonna come against you because you're not forwarding that NWO agenda. So he'll flag your page and make it where you can't do videos no more, or anything like that. Those are small examples of him coming against you for you not supporting his NWO, his image of the beast.
Beautiful point, huh? You go ahead, Gadol.
This is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 15. It says, yeah, true feelings, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
Exactly. Going literally to the point that the brother was saying. You see, y'all shall see, and the Lord see that. He see there's no righteous judgment being played out for these niggas. You know, as a matter of fact, they get exalted, and the righteous sit in low place. You know, there's no righteous judgment going out for them. You see, the Lord don't. He's not with that shit, and that shit is pushed at an all time high, at the epitome high in Esau's rulership because he is Satan. Which Satan means what? Shaitan in the is that Greek? Shaitan, right? In Greek? Or was it Hebrew?
Yes,
That's
My bad, Shaitan is in Hebrew.
yes, he-
Hebrew, which means adverse. You see? Satan is adverse. So Esau's coming in that spirit of Satan, that it says in Second Thessalonians. He's going to be adverse towards the Lord and his woman. You speaks about that in Revelation 12. You know, it goes into how he was wroth with the woman and the remnant of her seed. You see? Esau, it ain't no righteousness going out for the elect here. You see, and the Lord is not with that shit, and that's why the Lord got to take that nigga out the power seat. Because little do people know, right? The nations don't know. These 2/3 don't know that if Esau gets excluded from the equation, we'll be good. You know, and the thing is that they choose not to know. It's not like the Lord not telling them; they choose not to know because they'd rather delight in this nigga's rulership. But as soon as the Lord, put their ass asleep and the heathen see the usher in of the rulership of Yahushua, they're gonna see how tranquility is gonna be pushed forth throughout the four corners of the earth, and they're gonna see how beautiful of a state the earth will be in due to that. You know. So let me pull. Well, read verse
the next verse.
15, Bible shot select. I mean verse 16.
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 16, it says, and he saw that there was no man and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore, his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness is sustained him.
Exactly. So it was nobody, what I'm saying, speaking on their behalf, trying to help them. But the Lord's like, I help him, And the Lord had to celebrate that because he's going to be our strength. We ain't got no military. That's why when you read Isaiah 40, Isaiah 40, or I think it's Isaiah 41, it says, fear not thy word in Jacob, I will help thee. You see? No intercessor, but with that intercessor be Yahweh Shai. He gonna help us. He gonna be our military might. The angels, the heavenly host of the heavens, the angels. Elisha speaks about that, when he revealed it unto his servant. Did you have anything inside?
No, you got it, bro.
What was I finna get? Yeah, lost train of thought.
I think you was finna get Isaiah too, because I think you was finna segue it. But I got one before you get Isaiah too, though.
Yeah, you go and get yours. I think I was gonna get Isaiah too.
This is Sirach knows Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. I want to jump down to verse 8. And it
Says
says
Sirach, what?
10 and 8. Because y'all see the chapter. But basically when you
Yeah.
go to verse 8, it goes into how that's the Lord's gonna translate the kingdom because of that, the way he's ruling.
Do you want it in the GNT or you want a KJV?
Yeah, I'm in the King James.
Okay. The KJV is better. I don't know why I looked it up.
And
Now, once y'all get it pulled up, I can read it.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm putting it in right. We gotta get it. We gotta get in that. We gotta get in that. That's all right thing. Cause I'm trying to get he cut off the disease. I'm trying to get to that point, but it's kind of further down. Share this. I'm
I
tripping.
might as well read it because I'm at verse 8. It said verse 10. So I might as well read verse 8 through 10 then. But it's Sirach.
You gonna read it? I put it wrong, but you gonna read it.
Yep, this Sirach chapter 10. Let me get verse 8 through Sirach 10 and 8 through 10. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by the sea, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? So the rulership they get their rulership taken away from them. Their sovereign power dominion gets taken away. Right? And we're getting ready to see Esau Edom's sovereign power dominion get taken away because he did what? Unrighteous dealings. He broke all these decrees that he had with various people, including our people. He's injured and killed people. he'll come and basically put sanctions on people and say, yeah, I'm gonna put more sanctions to let you give in to our way. Being a big bully and made other nations fear him. You see, and all that stuff it has to come right back at you. You're gonna reap what you sowed. This is verse 9. It says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such a one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels." And Esau is the ultimate covetous man. You see, meanwhile, the Lord blessed him to give him a certain, the fatness of the earth and the oil. And this nigga try to take everything. The Lord gave him a high portion, and this nigga said, "No, I'm not done with this. I'm not satisfied with this. I want to have complete dominance and control of everybody and everything." So he's trying to take over the like basically really the top elite already have it in control, but he's trying to take over all the parts of the land of Canaan. He's trying to take over all of the good lands. These other nations take all their goods, and just basically just get the best of everybody else. You see, so but
Like you said
ultimately,
that.
you got.
Oh my bad. No, my bad. It's like you got.
I was gonna say
No, I
that.
was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
My bad. How you
Yeah.
go? It's like my bad.
Kind of, well, yeah. Basically, what I was gonna say is that basically the way he's dealing, he's not content with what the Lord gave him. So he's steady that he's basically trying to get what everybody else got, which leads to him doing a lot of the evils that he does in the earth. But you got it, bro.
God, I just wanted to pull a. I'm gonna pull the precept. I was gonna paraphrase it. I'm gonna pull the precept if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pull the
What you get?
precept.
How about Habakkuk the second chapter?
Yeah, yeah,
5.
yeah. I was gonna get Habakkuk second chapter and just get just going to that point you literally just said. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 says, he also, yea, also, because he transgressed about wine, through his wine, his philosophy, through his philosophy, what it speaks, even speaks about in, what's that? Daniel. But it goes into, that's going into Antiochus, you know what I'm saying? It's going into Antiochus Epiphany, but, as Peter says, like, he makes his craft, by his law, he makes his craft to prosper in his hand. Loosely paraphrasing it. Going to and Antiochus is Edomite. But Esau's in that same spirit with his laws and all those regulations. He brings forth in a sin upon earth, pretty much. But it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. And this ain't talking about the spiritual realm. It's a realm of hell or Satan in there with a pitchfork and a sharp ass tail. No, hell goes into a condition or the pit. As a matter of fact, we'll look at it right now. We'll pull it right now. Hell goes into a condition or a pit, which is like the grave or in the ground. So the word for hell, right, is sha'awat. I mean shawa'al. I'm trying to say it. Sha'awal. Yeah, sha'awal. Kind of. And when you get it, it says under. It ain't no underworld. Underworld be like the grave though, like grave, hell, pit. You see, let's see. Hmm. I know, right?
Ultimately, really what it means, because like the blue letter, a lot of times, oftentimes goes off of certain things. Really, what it just
It
means is
go
the
off.
grave. Yeah,
What do you mean the
it
grave?
really just goes into the grave because they had a thing called in ancient Israel called Gehenna, and then that's where they would put a lot of waste and a lot of stuff like that. That's basically ultimately was likened up to being like a hell, even when you read it in the New Testament. So it's talking about
Yeah.
just the grave. And also it can mean a condition as well, because even because you had an account with Jonah.
Jonah.
Jonah said, "I'm in the belly of hell." So
Yeah.
is a fish's fucking belly hell? No, it's talking about him being in a real bad condition, just like heaven is like into a condition as well. So that's basically what it means when it says hell. It's talking about like grave, like basically where bodies are. Like the waste of the body, where people will dig the grave. That's all it means is grave.
Yep. Kind of the water. Says, keep going. Says, neither he keepeth at home, he largely desires hell. But the reason we want to put it because you can't never fill hell up. You can't fill the graves up. So saying how his appetite is like that. He's never satisfied. Going into what the priest going to how Esau's, he covenant. Because even he's covenant to the point he trying to get the birthright. He's going that far. You know, I want the birthright. You got a birthright. You got the you got the heavens of the earth, and you got the dew of the heavens. You just didn't get it for eternity. You got some. You got blessed. You just didn't get it for eternity. You sold it, as a matter of fact. You sold the one that was for eternity. You sold it. But ultimately, the Lord, in the spirit, you never had it. Right? But keep going. It says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto all nations and heaped unto all people. Just going to that aspect of the priest was saying, Esau will be COVID and shit. He ain't never satisfied. But the Lord gonna satisfy him soon with these missiles. What was it? It's all right.
Got Sirach 10, and I can get that verse 10 you was talking about.
Time about
And I was also gonna say too, like covetous means like to lust after like riches or goods. Like you sin. Basically, you in your mindset, you strongly desiring something that don't belong to you. You see, so what does that lead to? That'll lead to you committing murder, committing adultery, or doing one of those things of that sort, man. So that's how his mindset is. He's full of covetousness, like lust after something that don't belong to him. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 10. It says, "The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die."
Exactly. Point straight to the point, man. Point simple. The physician, who is the physician? The physician is Yahushua. He's the one that's been given the authority to come and teach the devil out of rulership and set things right. Nobody else. Henceforth his name, Yahushua, he delivers. He's been given that authority. And he's going to come back and what? Get rid of the disease. Who was the disease? Who was the cancer in earth? Esau Edom. That's the disease. That's the problem. Because we could kill you. You could take out niggas. You could take out the black woman. You could take out Big Shirley, Pookie, and Ray Ray. But if you don't take out Esau, he'll go turn him into Pookie and Ray Rays. You see? He'll go turn Moab into Pookie and Ray, which they already fucking heathens anyways. But just saying, he'll make them become more beast-like, you see, and not have as much order or the little order they have, you know.
If I
So
mean,
you got to
he's
take the
already doing
problem
that
out.
in a sense, because like a lot of these
Yeah,
nations, they're they used to have women that was more in order, that wore dresses, head coverings, hijabs, and all that. Now they over there dressing like whores over there, doing like whorish things, like basically the American way has brought its way over there. Even their women are more trying to be all career women and masculine as hell. Because what? That's what Esau has pushed out, man, throughout the earth. Feminism and shit, man, to destroy population.
Yep. The water. Exactly. He's already doing that shit. That's why we quoted Jeremiah 51, the nations are mad. Cause they drunk, they laid in bed with that woman and those philosophies and that wine fucking the nation up. You know, that's eventually gonna lead to them to hating the whore, which is all prophecy and things like that. You know. But nevertheless, we ended off with that, man. The Sirach 10, since Sirach 10 and 10, the physician coming and he gonna cut off that disease, he gonna get to the source of the problem, you see, which is Esau. That's the source of the problem, the wicked. And once he be taken out of the way, things are gonna flow smoothly. Because once he gets taken out of the way, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna set up one that is rightful, able to rule, which is gonna be Yahushua. That's the one that's gonna be set up to rule, you know. And before we end off with this, I'll pull this precept real quick. Then we end it off with this. Do you know the scripture? All the creation. Wait, I know it's in Romans.
Romans 8.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't know.
I think it's like 8:20 something. It's like Romans 8:20 something, I believe.
29. I mean, 22 or 21.
20.
Oh, my bad. Go up. It might be above it.
Yeah, it's 19.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Romans chapter 8, verse 19. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God." You see? So the creature, the creatures, we wait, because we want, and the creatures, all of creation is waiting for the sons of God to be set back on top. Why? Because when the sons of God get set back on top, which the sons of God ain't talking about no angels, talking about the Israelites. Once they get set back on top, they're gonna and in their rightful order, and they get the new covenant. We get the law, statutes, commandments in our own parts. What's gonna happen? Nothing but righteousness is gonna be pushed out through the earth, and everybody's gonna be happy. Like we read in that Proverbs 28, 29. When the righteous bear rule, people rejoice. Everybody gonna be happy. I mean, the heathen, they can say all day, I don't know, man. I don't. Nah, you gonna be happy as hell when your woman commit adultery and her ass get judged for it. Here, don't that none of that shit happen. They get rewarded for committing adultery. She get put on a high pedestal. You gonna be happy when you marry a woman and you leave. You leave. Y'all divorced or whatnot, and she leave with nothing. Because in our laws, a woman leaving nothing. Over here, she taking all your shit. You see, he's gonna be happy. Y'all gonna love that righteousness being pushed forth throughout the earth, man. Then the earth gonna look better. It's gonna look better, smell better. We ain't gonna be trying to kill you, poisoning you, your air. No, you see, y'all gonna love it. But that's all I had, unless y'all had anything.
I would say the earth got a spirit to it, and the Lord got a self to it. The earth ain't really, it's not really being like really the earth is like into Eden, that paradise.
Yeah.
And it's not being that paradise because what Esau Edom is rulership, and even the other heathen nations, the earth, the spirit of the earth knows that the sons of God are the true rulers of the planet Earth. So that's when it's gonna actually be back in that Eden position when the sons of God are in rulership, and our vibration goes back up.
Like, scriptures say that how that the earth said it wasn't going to yield forth its fruits towards Cain. See, this nigga in rulership, earth ain't gonna give you shit. But hey, Lord, when this was edifying to the power spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Abashai, we're going to end off saying call law. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakakadash. When they get them honestly, the apostles at a great millstone, so y'all was gonna say shalom, man.
Shalom.